What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Coast Lawn Care. Monday morning, we're at a landscape job, well, a trim job, but we're going to be doing something a little different today. You see this area here, where this is all open? The customer bought a puppy, and because all this over here is open, the dog can get out. So we got plywood. We're gonna cut all this stuff back and close all this off all the way over to here, so that the puppy does not get out and, you know, run in the road and get hurt, something like that. We're also going to be cleaning up this whole bed here, pull all the weeds, trim all the bushes, trim all this, get this Japanese maple off the house, trim down these, get the leaves out of here, and just clean it all up. But I think we're going to start, we're going to trim this tree up so we can mow under it. It's been a problem mowing under this, and just get it all cleaned up. But I want to start with the other side and get that closed off, and then I'll have her let the dog out so we can make sure there's no other ways for the dog to get out. So right here, so we paneled off the entire bottom here. There was a stump that I had to cut around at the bottom, and then this is the angle piece. I bought these two connectors here, but they were at 90 degrees. I couldn't find any 45s, so I just had to beat them into 45s, connect them there, connect them to the top board, and the board is over here. And that's it. That's where the dogs were getting out from, and now they can't. So it works. Oh, that's in a cavity. Now these small ones here, we'll just prune these off instead of cutting them. Let's see, is that attached? Here. All right, went ahead and got it cleaned out. That is one thing with the trimmer plus attachment. You get a lot of debris caught up in here, and I mean, basically every time you use it, you got to clean it out, and I forgot to clean it out the last time I used it. So hopefully that's it. Let's check it out. There we go. There we go. All right, the rest of it we're gonna prune. Yeah, I think it's small enough to prune the rest. All right, so that's the trimming of this tree. As you can see, now we have full access all the way around. get through here with the mower. We took off the very lower branches, and then we just kind of trimmed it around, keep it shape. You know, you don't want to take off more than you need to. So yeah, it looks good. It's gonna give us plenty of access next year. I didn't cut this yard with my angle cut this year because of this tree. I wanted to, because it would look great, but because of this tree being in the way, I didn't bother with it. So next spring, that's the first thing I'll do here. All right, just got these 3 trimmed up. I'm gonna trim everything before we clean up the bed and pull the weeds. That way I can just clean everything up at one time. So moving on to these here. So when I'm trimming Japanese maples, I make very small, proper cuts. I don't care how small they are, how long it takes me. You know, I'm just focusing on doing it correctly and making sure I'm not damaging in any way, because it's very possible and very easy to do so on these. So this is one of those things where if you have a Japanese maple on a job to trim, give yourself extra time on the job and take your time with it, because it could be an expensive mistake you make by trimming it wrong. And see how they kind of grow funny like this as they're topping off here? They'll come around. That makes it kind of hard because you might trim something off the top, and then as you're following it, you see that you could have trimmed it further down, and then it's taking you longer. But as you get the hang of it, you know, it becomes a lot easier. I've trimmed a lot of these in my time with the tree companies. In fact, the last tree company I was with for 5 years, I was the only one who trimmed Japanese maples. The owner really didn't want anyone else messing with them because they would just hack them off and not do a good job. Alright, so that's about it on the maple. And like I said, that was our goal, to get some of it off of the ground that was drooping, get it off of the house that was pressing against, and get some away from here that was growing really hard against it. There. Now it's done. guys, this job's all done here. We got everything trimmed up, all 3 of these. We cleaned out the beds the best we can. Obviously, you know, when you're trimming up stuff like this into mulch, even with tarps down, you're not going to get it all cleaned up. I didn't put tarps down because we're basically down to dirt and whatnot here. Japanese maple's all finished up. Got this trimmed up. Both of these bushes trimmed and cleaned up. Say a little bird. Got this trimmed up. All the debris is loaded up. Tools are all loaded up. Yeah. Alright, I'm at the dump. They sent me what's called down the hill. And I hate dumping down here. You see all those over there? That's all skids right there. And you got to drive through where they dump them and break them. It's very easy to get a flat tire here. They got big sticks and stuff kind of buried, sticking up out of the ground. You know, it's kind of a wreck back here. Anything other than leaves, I'm gonna start going up the road to their other location and just paying more. I don't want to deal with this. Possibly getting flat tire. It happens all the time. Almost every time I'm here, somebody's pulling nails out of their tires and stuff. I'm not going to deal with it. But it's where they have you dump, so not much I can do. This job that we did this morning, man, this was a good job. It only took a couple hours. We profited like 450 bucks on it. So I just called and confirmed tomorrow's jobs with both customers. Like last year, we were scheduling 2 and 3 cleanups a day. This year we haven't been able to do that yet, just because it's still early in fall and not every property is ready yet. But man, there was, you know, last year we had limited time for our cleanups because I was working full time at my job. And so was Vicky, obviously, and we had limited time. So when we went out like on the weekends to do our cleanups, we were doing like 3 cleanups a day. I even did and I'm talking big cleanups. I'm not talking about, you know, our small cookie cutter properties. We didn't really have any of those last year. We had all big cleanups. There was even a day I did 3 by myself. I started the first one at about 7:45 in the morning, and I got home at about 9 o'clock, 8:45, 9 o'clock that night. And I had made 3 trips to the dump that day, and the last load I had in the trailer, and I had to bring it home with me. I was so tired, I brought it home with me. And but normally, yeah, we like to do multiple cleanups a day. I mean, when I look at fall, you know, I want to be making $6, $7, $8, $1,000 a day, you know, just over and over and over. And even though it kind of sucks, you're out there really long hours, it's like it's your chance to really you know, really collect some money. So tomorrow's the first time that we're doing multiple cleanups. The rest of the week is just scheduled pretty heavy. Next week will be scheduled pretty heavy. The week of Thanksgiving will be scheduled. We're scheduled heavy for the rest of the year, and we're scheduled pretty heavy with snow removal. I didn't want as a heavy schedule as we had last year for snow removal, and somehow we're just as heavy as we were last year. Only difference is I got the trucks this year, so transportation of the snow blower will be a lot easier compared to having it on that utility cart, the cargo carrier, on the back of the car, which is how we did snow removal all year last year. And for the most part it worked out fine, but at times where like one of the straps would break, man, that got rough, because you're talking about sometimes you got to reset that whole setup, and you might lose 2 hours just trying to redo it all, just to get back out there on the road. So I'm pretty happy about that. We are thinking about buying a new snow blower, as I mentioned. We're looking at the Toro Power Max, I think it's called. We got a customer that we might buy one from, as a matter of fact, so pretty happy about that. And that's it, the day's over. So alright, if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep the edges clean, boys. I'm out.